Hi everyone, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel, Find Your Treasures. I'm so happy you're here. And today we are talking about Marie Kondo, the amazing Japanese lady who brought the idea of tidying up to the world, which is fabulous. But I am going to talk about a divine message that I received about this topic that I want to share with you. And it's not what you would think that I learned from Marie Kondo about parenting. So Marie Kondo is that amazing Japanese lady. I'm sure you've all heard of her. And she taught us how to go through our home and really declutter and tidy up. And if you know me and you've been inside my home, you will see that I am probably like my attire shows you. Our fridge, for example, is covered in the artwork of my children. We have Lego everywhere. We have paints. We have arts and crafts. So when Marie Kondo's idea of tidying up sort of came to the world, I found that it wasn't the minimalist style is definitely not my style, but there was a real core message in her approach, which is what sparks joy. And that is what resonates with me in relation to parenting and the message that I looked forward to sharing to you about how to spark joy as a parent. Now, interestingly, Mary Kondo actually quit the idea of tidying up after she had her third child. And she did that because she wanted to spend more time with her children and finding what is joyful for her, which is spending time with her little ones instead of tidying up. And I think that's so important to remember because in this day and age of, say, the Instagram culture, social media culture, where we see all these posts of really clean, sterile homes to me, where it's just no mess, all the cushions have, got that chop in them and everything is tidy. It's not what a real home looks like. Does not reflect that children live there as well. And as parents and grandparents, creating an environment at home where our children actually have toys to play with, have arts and crafts to make, and have the space to actually play and be themselves is one of the best gifts we can give to them in their childhood. Now, the secret inside Mary Kondo's message of what sparks joy is actually a really key message for us as parents in how we can find more joy in parenting. And I can tell you, it's not through tidying up and it's not through trying to keep your house a really pristine, clean environment that looks Instagrammable. That is only going to make you feel crazy. That is going to give this level of perfection and just having everything perfectly clean, which is going to make you feel a lot more stressful. Instead, the idea of what sparks joy is a way to help you connect with your children. And the secret to doing that, which I've discovered, is connecting with your own inner child. Now, the inner child phrase has probably been used so much that you might be thinking, oh, why do I have to connect with my inner child? I don't even know what it is. But I can tell you that by doing so, you're going to feel so much more self-love for yourself and appreciation for yourself. And it's going to remove all those stresses of, say, perfectionism or trying to keep your house in a tidy state all the time that you just don't need. You don't need those as a young parent or as a grandparent. So how do you connect with your inner child? How do you find that way that really sparks joy for you? Because it's going to be different for everyone. And some of the tips I can share with you that I've done, which really helped me, was find a gorgeous picture of yourself when you were, say, like 6, 7, or 8, and put that in a really nice frame and put it somewhere like in your bedroom or in your office, somewhere that you're looking at it very regularly. Because when you look at that picture of who you are, who you were as like a young child, you'll start to reconnect with who you were then, what lit you up. What did you like about the world? What did you find exciting? What, filled you up with a sense of wonder and awe? Because when you're reconnecting with that feeling, you're connecting to your own children, which is who they are in that state right now. So their approach to the world is naturally filled with curiosity and wonder and awe. And when we can recreate those feelings within ourselves, then we are going to take us a step closer to feeling connected to them. So for me, when I did this, I have my beautiful picture of myself as I think I'm about in year 2, a 7-year-old. I can remember how much I loved being outside in nature. And here I am today in our beautiful autumn leaves, our maple leaves. I couldn't resist to film out here today because the colours so gorgeous and share them with you. And I really love gemstones and crystals. So I followed that passion all the way up to being an adult and becoming a geologist. But how it started was just just a love for the colors, for the different shapes, all the different little gemstones. I loved them so much. And I had a gemstone collection. And so as a mum, I found a way to connect with my children by remembering that love that I had. So that's a way of connecting with my inner child and finding something that really made me, shine when I was a little kid. And for me, that's collecting gemstones and crystals. And now I have woven that into my new, path, a new job as making all of my gemstone kits and games. So for you, say for example, you're a dad and you can remember you just loved going down to a creek and collecting, little tadpoles in jars or going fishing. That's something that if you do now with your children, you're both reconnecting with your own inner child and you are connecting because you're filling up, with joy, you're sparking joy. So you're going to be connecting with your children. As a grandparent, maybe you can remember that when you were 7 or 8, you really loved sewing. Maybe you loved embroidery. So when you had the grandchildren over to visit, get your sewing machine out, start sewing. You could be making dolls' clothes or teddy bear clothes, anything that connects, with your joy, that sparks joy. And then your children will love seeing you shine and participating in that as well. Maybe it's playing the piano. Maybe as a 7-year-old, you loved playing the piano. Well, as a young mum now, you can take up that lessons again, or you can, find that passion, get a piano, start playing. And by doing so, you'll be connecting with your children because you're connecting with your inner child. So I hope you liked this video. This is all about rediscovering what sparks joy for you as a parent or a grandparent, and remembering that in the end, Marie Kondo actually admitted she quit tidying up. So she allowed her home to get messy. She allowed, to have, all the toys on the ground or having artwork displayed from your children so that you can then take the pressure of yourself of this level of perfectionism. Everything we're seeing on Instagram of these perfectly, clean, tidy homes, it's not real life. It's definitely not real life. And it's not how you feel joy. It's not how you feel connected to your children. And it definitely doesn't role model anything for them, which inspires, creativity or joy in themselves. So take the pressure off yourself, let your home get messy, get the paints out, let the toys go on the ground, and remember that in doing so, you're actually, sparking joy for your children by giving them an environment that they can play and create in. And you can find and remember what sparks joy for you. And I really definitely recommend getting that photo out of when you were little and framing it and seeing how you feel. I hope this helps, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.